On behalf of the founders of Aruna Ki LLC, which includes Amaji, Rob Spindler, my husband Rob, and myself, Christine Nagato Needleman, I'm excited to welcome you to tonight's presentation on AgeLOC R-squared and Lifepak Nano. Rob's background is in science. He did a BS in biology at Brown University and graduated with honors. And he studied at the PhD program at University of California, San Francisco in molecular biology and biochemistry on a National Science Foundation fellowship. He's a director of veterinary services at the Oregon Tiger Sanctuary, a nonprofit exotic animal sanctuary. And he's asked to speak on behalf of Nu Skin and top distributors all around the world on the science of AgeLOC. And Dr. Joseph Chang, who is the Chief Scientific Officer for Nu Skin, has said on many occasions that Rob is his best evangelist and translator in the field for AgeLOC science. Rob?
Well, thank you, Christine, for that kind introduction. Welcome, everyone. I'm really looking forward to telling you about the science of these products because it's really a phenomenal breakthrough technology, but it's also the products work really, really well, and it's something that can benefit you greatly in your life. And the biggest thing really that we're talking about here is energy. All of us want more energy in terms of being able to be successful in our life, being able to do what we want to do, having the energy to be emotionally strong, to be empowered, all of those things go back to energy. And so the question is, how do we maintain that level of youth in our lives? And, the truth of the matter is, as aging occurs, we get more tired. That is part of the aging process in general. And when we look at it, I kind of made a few analogies you'll see in the talk about how we relate to a car because the human body in some ways is very much of an engine. And there's many warnings, you see that service engine soon light and we tend to ignore that and ignore it. Some people even cover it up. And the problem is when you ignore things and you ignore warning signs in your body that you're aging, they don't actually go away as much as you choose to cover them up. And what's amazing is, you may or may not know this, but Google recently announced that they're teaming up with a biotech company. They're going to put in potentially over $1.5 billion to research age-related diseases. And they're using a technology in this drug industry that we've already developed in Nu Skin in the supplement and skincare area. So it's really, really quite amazing. So the question becomes, what if you had a way to get your youthful energy back? Would that be something that would interest you? Well, this technology called AgeLOC has recently been developed by Nu Skin, and it brings back youthfulness in our bodies. It's quite amazing. And the way it does it is they've used decades and decades of research on anti-aging and different. They acquired a biotech company that's been studying this for years. It's called LifeGen Technologies, and it's at the University of Wisconsin-Madison. All of these things have come together in a product line called AgeLOC that actually deals with the source of aging. See, if you go out and you buy an energy drink or you buy certain kinds of makeups or different things to hide wrinkle creams to hide aging, that's kind of like putting some tape over that service engine soon light. What we're talking about here is actually going into our bodies and starting to reverse that aging process. It's a very different thing, and only AgeLOC can do this. Now, what it's using is a science called gene expression science. It's very modern science, very popular right now in the scientific community. Most of the big universities are actually using this kind of science, working on developing drugs for major diseases like cancer. Well, I'm going to give you a very brief background so you understand the technology in this kind of science, and then I'll move into the products that we're talking about today. So when we look at twins, what's amazing about twins is that they have, when identical twins, they have exactly the same DNA. So it gives us a chance to look at how many things in our lives are actually based on the genes we inherit and how much are involved with something else. And when you look at two twins, and there's many, many, many examples of this, they excuse me, they age very differently. So the twin on the left, she looks a lot younger. But the fact is, she has the same DNA as her twin sister. So that tells us right away aging has something else involved that isn't just the genes we inherited. And for this example, we're actually able to look at the DNA and see that even though these women have the identical chromosomes, when we look at the gene expression or how the genes are used, they're using them differently. So there's an amazing correlation between the fact that the DNA is the same, but it's not being used the same. And that's what gives rise to the technology called AgeLOC. Discover Magazine ran a really good article last year called Grandma's Experiences Leave a Mark on Your Genes. And it's all about this gene expression science. I made a simple slide here to show you when your grandmother was a baby, whether she was in a nurturing environment or had certain traumatic experiences, nutritional exposures, all kinds of things, smoke, these left marks on her genes that were actually passed on to you. That should amaze you because most of us were taught in school that that can't happen. And it's either nature versus nurture. Those are the examples given. Well, we found that there's a lot more going on in science. And the fact is, you can inherit these things from your grandmother as a baby. The beautiful part of all this is the fact that you can change it. These are changeable marks on the genes. And that's where AgeLOC science can capitalize on that. Now, if you ask what affects our gene expression, just about everything does. What we eat, how we exercise, toxins we're exposed to, smoking, stress, if we do meditation or mindfulness, yoga, the supplements we take, how we think, how we feel, what we put on our skin, everything. These are all proven things that affect our gene expression. So it really gives us power back in our lives to affect how young we are. And so in this next slide, you can see here's the depiction of a man aging over time. And it could very easily be a woman's picture as well, but skin changes, gets more wrinkled and old look, and age spots can come in, as well as, like I was saying earlier, decrease in energy, getting more tired. All kinds of issues occur. But what's amazing is gene expression patterns are actually responsible for many of these changes. And what the science of AgeLOC does is it's able to actually take natural ingredients in the products and then target the genes for aging and reverse them back to a youthful state. And our cells are more than happy to go back to youth when they're given the right information. And this is a scientifically proven fact. How this plays out in our body. So if we affect these, they're called youth gene clusters, groups of genes that make us young. If you use these AgeLOC products to express the genes youthfully, what happens is the genetic level then translates into the cells becoming more productive, which then translates into us feeling younger or looking younger, depends on which products you use, but it translates all the way from the genetic level up to the level of our body of a human being. And it's really a very powerful technology. So one of the products I'm going to talk about today is AgeLOC R-squared. It's a day formula and a night formula. These are all natural ingredients, and they're meant to give us this youthful and more energized feeling through targeting these genes for producing energy in our body and for genes that help our cells clean themselves. Both of those things are critical processes for being younger, because what happens is over time, as we age, the energy systems in the cells drop and the cleaning systems drop. It's kind of like a house. If you don't clean it, it gets dirtier and dirtier. And if you don't have energy to do that, you get more and more tired. And really what happens is we start just doing the most basic of processes. What we want to do is turn that around so we had that vitality like when we're younger. And an example I want to show you, this is the most expensive laptop in the world. This is, I don't even know if you know this exists. This is $1 million laptop. And if you want to get one, you can buy one if you have an extra million for a laptop. But the bottom line here is no matter how good of a laptop you have, if you take the battery out, if you don't have good energy, or if the thing is filthy inside and all the internal mechanisms and the boards and everything are dirty, this laptop won't work. And it's the same thing in our bodies. We need good energy. We need clean cells because our bodies are amazing, amazing creations, but they need to have optimal conditions. And one of the most important things is something called our mitochondria. And these are little batteries, little engines in our cells, and they take the good food we eat and they take oxygen and they put out an energy. It's called ATP, adenosine triphosphate. That's a chemical energy messenger in our body that carries energy around. And they're depicted here, these little cool little orange looking, they're called organelles, little mini organs in our cells. And those are what make the energy. And I gave you more of a real life picture here. This is actually in a cell called a fibroblast that has a lot of these little mitochondria. Each one of these little fluorescently stained green objects is a mitochondria. So there's many, many of these power plants in our cells, and particularly in our brain and our heart and our muscle has a lot of mitochondria because these parts of our bodies use a lot of energy. Well, what happens as we age is the activity of these mitochondria drop. There's less activity, so there's less energy being produced in the cells. So the cells are getting more tired. In terms of how we clean our cells, there's things in cells, byproducts of normal cellular processes have to be removed. Waste products. There's also toxins from our environment. You know, the air isn't necessarily always so clean, and there's a lot of what's called free radicals produced in our cells in different ways, whether it's from the environment or from our own processes. And then repairs have to happen in our cells. So all of these things are tied to our cellular cleaning processes. And those are something that over time also start to get more tired. So when we're younger, we have these powerful purification systems in our cells, and they can handle all of this toxic load, whether it's internal or external. Well, as our cells age, the ability to purify drops. So this purification system can no longer handle this load of toxins in the body. And so over time, it gets worse and worse, and our cells become less efficient. But the beauty is we can actually reverse that. And so what's happened is Nu Skin, or their supplement division, Pharmanex, has created this product called AgeLOC R-squared. And what it does is it uses AgeLOC technology, which identifies, targets, and resets genes. They're called groups of youth gene clusters, for cellular energy production and for cellular purification. And the outcome is that you feel much younger using the product. It's really something that you need to experience in order to really understand, because it's a profound thing to have your own cellular energy back, your own youthful feeling. Now, Nu Skin can do this. I was telling you, there's a company called LifeGen Technologies. That's a biotech company that Nu Skin acquired. They're part of Nu Skin now, and they've been researching this process for over 30 years and have the largest database in the world on all these gene expression changes that occur with aging. So no one else can touch this. Nu Skin is 30 years ahead of the pack in this area. And what happens is they use these little gene chips, and you can look at literally all the cells in a human being at once. It creates this little microarray, it's called. And I'm just giving you a very brief background. I have more extensive talks if you're interested as well. But from this, you can generate what's called a heat map. And this heat map is a visual display of what different genes are doing in our cells. And I wanted to show you the heat map for R-squared because it's quite profound. So when we look at the cellular energy and cellular purification, and each one of these little lines represents a gene. So these are many, many genes involved here in both of these processes. And when we look at it, okay, red's a very hot color. That means those genes are turned up a lot. Green is cooler. It's genes that are turned down. And so here's a young pattern. Well, as we age, you can see those patterns almost reverse. It's really quite dramatic how much changes occur in our DNA, in our gene expression as we age. Well, here's a look with the R squared product. That is an amazing, amazing thing at the gene expression level. This is a very, very high percentage, over 90% reset of the genes back to youthful state. And as I showed you earlier, that translates to a product that feels really good in your body. So there's been some clinical studies that have been done by Nu Skin in terms of they're very scientific, and they're really the only supplement company I've been able to find that actually does clinical trials just like a pharmaceutical company would. And the results here for physical endurance in 5 weeks are quite impressive for AgeLOC science. This is 63% increase in physical endurance. These are people going on the treadmill, time to exhaustion. So the science shows how well the products work. And then again, if you look at mitochondria, and I was telling you how they decrease over time with aging. Well, with this product, AgeLOC R-squared, 36% increase in the mitochondrial activity. So the science shows you what's really happening here at a cellular level. There's also been a study done on mental studies. So they looked at 6 different composite indexes of human mental vitality. And what happened is this is the null curve over 12 weeks, which means these people didn't take any product. They naturally just got better at the test. This is the placebo. And look at this, a dramatic increase with the product R squared in just 12 weeks. Okay, the results are over 20% actually increase versus placebo taking the product. So the science is behind what is happening here is amazing. Now, what I find as a scientist particularly impressive is that both this product R squared as well as the one I'm going to talk about in a minute, Lifepak Nano, are listed in the physician's desk references. So if you go to pdr.net and you type these products name and AgeLOC R squared, this is what comes up. So we're talking about supplements that are listed here in a medical. These are where doctors go to get their information on drugs, and it has the same things: descriptions, dosage, warnings, safety, studies that have been done. You can find AgeLOC R squared there. And so for me, that is an important thing to know. So you take it in the day, you take this vitality formula, AgeLOC R squared day, works with physical, mental, and sexual vitality. At night, you take AgeLOC R squared night formula, and that one deals with cleaning and purifying the cells. So as you're sleeping, the cells are getting purified. I personally have had a much deeper, more rested sleep taking R squared. And the day formula, I also teach a Japanese martial art called Aikido, and all of us actually in Aruna Ki train. And the amount of physical endurance I've had on the mat, the recovery from workouts, the mental clarity that occurs it's something very hard to describe in words and very profound on the AgeLOC R squared. And if you look at the advantages of a product like this, there are plenty of ways to do colon cleanses, which are very good with different products and things. The beauty of this product is it's a cellular cleanse. It's actually cleaning most of the cells of your body. So it's not just cleaning out debris in the colon, which is also very important to do. It's a cellular cleanse. The other thing it's doing is raising the baseline energy of your cells. This is different than energy boost products. You can take an energy drink and you get energy for a little bit and you come crashing down, the adrenals get overloaded. This is nothing like this. This is raising your own natural energy levels. No one else can do this. And the recommended uses for men and women, this is directly from the company, who've ever felt flat, sluggish, or out of tune and who want to feel young again. That is just about everyone in the population of the world. And as I said, there's a night and a day formula. Now, the overall, the what your benefits from the product will be are in the morning, you can wake up feeling more renewed, feeling refreshed. And then during the day, you're recharged, you're younger, you're energized, your life has more vitality to do what you want to do in your life. So it really is a, I'll say it, it's a fun experience to feel younger. I'm going to be 50 in 2 years, and I feel like I'm in my 30s again. It's the way it is. So now I wanted to talk about one more product called LifePak Nano, and there's also a LifePak product, an older version of this, because there's kind of a little triad here. So AgeLOC Day formula works on the energy of the cells for your cellular health. The cellular cleansing works on getting toxicity out of the cells, but nutrition is also critical. Cellular nutrition is something that is so important to your body and your overall health. And what this product, LifePak Nano, does is it addresses the overall health of your body. It also brings in the nutrients to optimize this gene expression. So when you're taking an AgeLOC product and your genes are being reset, all of that machinery that actually expresses those genes needs the things that are in LifePak Nano to be optimized. There's a lot of nutrients and micronutrients and minerals and things that are provided in this LifePak Nano product. There's also nutrients that are critical for your cells to make that energy we're talking about and to purify themselves, as well as antioxidants, which we'll talk about more in a minute. Dietary antioxidants are so important. I'm sure you've heard about them all over the media. They're in many, many ads these days. Why is nutrition so important? I'm going to give you an example here because most people actually take better care of their car than their own body, if you think about it. But what if you had this incredible Ferrari? And I think of the human body as just a primo way to express ourselves in the world. But what if you took sugar and you put it into the gas tank, or you took some kind of a cola or a sugar-based product or something that really isn't healthy for the human body, and you've replaced the oil with that? The car wouldn't run, or it wouldn't run very well if it was a low grade kind of a gasoline or something. It's something to think about because our bodies need the right nutrients to run in an optimal state. And this product called LifePak Nano is an amazing anti-aging program with also an enhanced delivery system. And I'm going to do a few slides to talk to you about this because it's very important to understand this. The Journal of the American Medical Association says we recommend all adults take a multivitamin daily. Okay, this was a published article from them, and I'm giving you a few references here that have nothing to do with the product I'm showing you, but have to do with this journal from the AMA. Another article I'm showing here is they did with tons and tons of physicians on supplements, and they found daily multivitamin supplementation modestly but significantly reduced the risk of total cancer. Now, you know how conservative the Journal of the AMA is. Well, this is a big statement to say, and there are so many areas where proper nutrition supports health. So the LifePak Nano product actually supports all of the organ systems and all of the different systems in our body, including the health of our brain and our eyes, our heart. Immune system is so important for youth, protecting our DNA, our bone health, all of these things, our skin, antioxidants. It really, the beauty of it is it covers all of these different body systems. It's a holistic system. And you may be asking yourself some questions. What's so different about this LifePak Nano, or why am I so excited about it? Well, I'm going to show you. One of the big things is that Pharmanex, or Nu Skin Pharmanex, has what's called a 6S quality process. And you can see it here: selection, sourcing, structure, standardization, safety, substantiation. This is a process designed on the way that a pharmaceutical company picks their ingredients and has their regulation and all the things that they do to keep strict standards on drugs, medicines. Well, Pharmanex applies that to supplements, and they're really one of the only companies in the world that has a system like this to keep such a high level of purity. You may or may not know, and I got this off of the actual FDA website, but the FDA doesn't actually analyze dietary supplements at all. They leave it up to the manufacturer to be responsible for the supplement facts label and the fact that the ingredient list is accurate. Well, that's quite a big thing. And probably if they had more resources and more people and money and things, they may get more involved in that. But it's really up to the companies. So when you get something on the shelves with a certain supplement, you really have no idea that what's on that label is actually in that bottle. With Pharmanex, with LifePak Nano, with any Pharmanex product, because of that 6X quality process, you know that exactly what says on that label is in that supplement. And that's an amazing thing, as well as with all the skincare. LifePak Nano has over 800,000 articles published that behind the ingredients that were chosen for the product. And when you look at it visually, you could literally, the amount of nutrition in these two grocery carts full of vegetables, fruits, all kinds of products are in a 1 day serving, 2 sachets you take a day of LifePak Nano. All of this nutrition is in these two little sachets. It's really a scientifically amazing product. And there are also something called free radicals. And you can see them actually, they're in a lot of ads on television right now. They're not good for our cells and they're produced from internal and external reasons, but they're responsible for aging and degenerative diseases and all kinds of things. But the experts agree, whether it's researchers, doctors, there's over 30,000 published papers that free radical activities link to diseases. Well, where do we get antioxidants? Because antioxidants are what combat these free radicals. They're in colors, fruits and vegetables, all kinds of colors. You should eat as many colors as in your diet as you possibly can. But this product, LifePak Nano, contains an amazing amount of antioxidants. And Dr. Richard Cutler explained when he was the director of the anti-aging research department at NIH, National Institutes of Health, the amount of antioxidants that you maintain in your body is directly proportional to how long you live. Antioxidants are critical. That's why I say eat as many colors as you can. Well, LifePak Nano has over 60 antioxidants and they give you all different forms of them as well. So your body can kind of pick from a smorgasbord. There's 8 forms of vitamin E. Different cells like to see different forms of vitamin E, vitamin C, over 20 flavonoids, which is things like green tea, a special kind of a green tea extract in here that's not available anywhere else, and all kinds of other things, as well as these nanonutrients, which I'm going to explain. This is a new technology that Nu Skin has created. And what it is these antioxidants, some of them are made into this nano form, which is a very tiny single molecule form that's absorbed way better into our intestines. A lot of these nutrients actually clump together in our gut and they just move right through. They don't get absorbed. Well, this nanotechnology dramatically increases the absorption by 5 to 10 fold. And we can prove it. Nu Skin Enterprises has what's called a biophotonic scanner. Here's the newest S3. Here's the S2 scanner. But these scanners actually measure the nutrition status, the antioxidants in your body. So it's not necessarily just what you're eating, it's what you're absorbing. You understand that? If you eat it and you just poop it out, then you're not getting that nutrition. What you want to do is absorb it into your body. And what this scanner does is it's able to measure these colors, oranges and reds and yellows from the antioxidants actually in your skin. And I put this one example here. You know, this kind of a stone, this pumice stone, it's called a frothy lava stone. This is a rock. This rock is very high in potassium. Now, do you think if you ate a bunch of these rocks, you'd actually get a lot of potassium into your body? The answer is no. So unless you can see that you're absorbing the supplements you're taking, it doesn't really matter what it says it's in it unless it's getting in your body. And so there's been amazing double-blind placebo-controlled studies done with LifePak Nano, and the results are very scientifically convincing and statistically significant that over time, LifePak Nano will increase these antioxidants in your body, in your own body. We can actually bring this scanner to you and show you. This product is guaranteed in 2 months to raise your antioxidant levels or you get your money back. So in your own body, this product will absorb. And that's what's way more important than just taking something. And the database is huge. There's over 17 million of these scans have been done. So Nu Skin has the biggest nutritional database in the world. And it's the only company in the world that has a guarantee that the supplement's actually going to get in your body. See, that's different. Of course, there's a money back guarantee, but this is much more. This is a performance guarantee exclusive to Nu Skin. So really what there is there's a multitude of formulas in the LifePak Nano. It's stimulant, it's steroid free. There's no caffeine, there's no ephedra. This is all done through natural ingredients that build your own body's strength and youth. And there's about 10 different formulas in. There's a multivitamin, there's antioxidants, there's omega-3s with fish oil, krill oil, there's all kinds of formulas, eye health, heart health. It's a many benefit formula all in one. And Nu Skin was the first company to pass all these nonprofit these are like watchdog groups online, Supplement Watch, Consumer Labs, Banned Substances Control Group. Nu Skin was the first to pass all of those with LifePak. Like I said, there's actually 7 supplements in the PDR. They sponsored the Olympics. This is an amazing company with science that cannot be beat. You want to take this product twice a day, and I put a little slide here to show you the blood levels when you take a LifePak Nano start to raise up in your body and they start to slowly drift down. These are for the water soluble vitamins and things. Well, you want to take it twice a day so you optimize this supplement in your body over 24 hours. So really the key benefits are feeling younger, people have described these in different studies, uh, being sick less often, sleeping better, more energy. And what it does is it supports and protects your body and your body systems, your superior nutritional sources, and also works on slowing the aging process, which works best in conjunction with AgeLOC R-squared. LifePak, the predecessor to LifePak Nano, is also listed in the physician's desk reference. You just don't find this with other supplements. So the science is amazing. So in closing, I want to say I wish you all the best, and I really recommend you try these products and see them in your own body. Give them a 3-month try, and I would be shocked if you don't have as great a testimonial as us and the many hundreds of thousand people around the world that are on these products already. So I want to thank you for coming on, and we look forward to hearing your experiences.